August 24th, 2026. Buckle up, because crypto just had one of the wildest weeks since 2021. Quick shout out to today's sponsor Compete Token, the gaming crypto that actually has real games behind it, not just a chart. Link in the description. Treasury Secretary Bessent tried to lower bond yields with a $4 billion buyback, and instead he lit a rocket under Bitcoin. This is like reaching for the aspirin and accidentally hitting the turbo button. Bitcoin absolutely ripped on the news, closing in on $80,000 and dragging the whole market with it. When Washington starts buying its own bonds, hard money wakes up every single time. Bitcoin just tapped $80,000 and torched $220 million in shorts in 24 hours. That's the sound of leveraged bears getting sent home in a cardboard box. This was crypto's second best week since early 2021, and Bitcoin just reclaimed its first bear market trendline since 2025. The chart is screaming, the ETFs are buying, the bear thesis is officially in the intensive care unit. Spot Bitcoin ETFs pulled in $1.9 billion in a single week, the strongest inflow week since October 2025. Wall Street didn't just show up, they showed up with a moving truck. Remember when institutions were cautious and waiting for the dip? Yeah, they're the dip now. Strategy just raised $2 billion through stock sales, spun up a $1.6 billion cash pool, and paused its Bitcoin buys for the first time in months. Saylor is playing four-dimensional chess while everyone else is still learning the rules. Loading up cash while the rally cooks means one thing: he's waiting for a dip nobody else sees coming, or he already knows one is. Vivek Ramaswamy's Strive just bought 1,110 Bitcoin for $81.5 million, pushing its stack past 21,000 coins. The stock jumped 11% because the market finally clocked what a Bitcoin treasury actually does to a balance sheet. Tom Lee's Bitmine dropped $81 million on Ether this week, its biggest ETH haul since July. And it's working, because Ether just cracked $2,500 and started outrunning Bitcoin. The chart printed a golden cross, which is basically the technical version of a green light with the volume turned all the way up. Anyone still calling ETH dead money hasn't looked at a chart in 3 weeks. An attacker just drained $8.5 million from Ethereum lending protocol Term Finance by literally buying up the voting power and pushing through a malicious governance proposal. Yes, they voted themselves the treasury. That's not a hack, that's a hostile takeover with extra steps. Governance tokens that unlock the vault are a bug wearing a tuxedo. If your protocol can be drained by whoever shows up with the most tokens, you didn't build decentralized finance, you built an auction. Coinbase just launched tokenized stocks on Base with Chainlink price feeds, Wall Street equities, on-chain, 24/7. This is what tokenization was supposed to be before every consultant on LinkedIn ruined the word. Traditional finance spent a decade saying blockchain would never touch real assets. Coinbase just did it on a Tuesday. XRP just posted its biggest weekly gain in 21 months, riding the same treasury buyback wave that lit up Bitcoin. Traders are calling it curve control, which is a fancy way of saying the Fed is quietly rescuing the bond market and hard assets know it. Ray Dalio, the guy who spent years side-eyeing crypto, finally told investors they should own a bit of Bitcoin because US debt risk is out of control. Welcome to the party, Ray. We saved you a chair in the back. Another legacy finance titan capitulates to the orange coin. At this point, the holdouts are just embarrassing themselves. One more time, today's episode is powered by Compete Token. Real games, real token, link in the description. That's your Crypto Pulse for August 24th. Smash the like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.